defense as an offensive team does.
Johnson's going to get the edge. They're going to come up. Oh, he just runs through. Slant route to the Bows. Oh, that's a tunnel, actually. Jackson missed tackles there. And Stone St. Clair, oh, what a great sit for him. Is he scoring? He's going to be just like that. That might be the play that determines the game. The ball is low. That's Brock Johnson right into his pocket, coach. Brock Johnson just walks in the end zone. So he's going to pull it with the quarterback. He's going to try to bounce, and he's got nowhere to go. He's got an alley. He's got an alley and some speed. He's got to just beat the kicker. He's going to throw it. He's got a man wide open. He's there. St. Clair. Red Farmer joins me. Ken Fowler, by the way, joined tonight in our usual spots, high above Ronnie Jones Field. Coach, the grass is fading from green to brown, and you know what that means.
That means playoff football. That's
yes,
the way
sir.
it should look in playoff football.
So you heard me introduce this as at Ronnie Jones Field here at Marvin Anderson Stadium, more affectionately known as the Hornets Nest, as you can see kind of on your camera there, kind of painted on the field. Coach Leffert did a great job of kind of manicuring that onto the field. Looks really sharp tonight. And, Coach, I think the Hornets are ready for some live action tonight.
Yeah, it feels like forever since we've been here. Last time we were here was a big win against Brookstone.
That's
very,
right, for the region.
Very, emotional win, a very, kind of a back-and-forth thriller, so to say, an instant classic, as they like to say. Real quick, shout-out to our captains tonight. It was Jackson Hare, Law Leonard, Jack Doster, and Thatcher Reddick. They were our captains. Didn't get Tiftarea's captains. Obviously, this is a rematch of a game that Westfield, if we're being blunt, Westfield didn't play well. Kind of let one slip away. But that almost feels like a whole nother season. That was, mid-September, I think that game was?
That's right. And it was a game the Hornets really kind of had control of until kind of late in the third. And it kind of flipped. Tiftarea flipped the script on us a little bit and ended up walking away with a close victory. And Coach Campbell will be the first one to tell you we don't make excuses, but we did have, I think Brock Johnson went down in that game. We've had Stone St. Clair come back. He was not in that game.
And watched a little of that ball game, and you think conventional wisdom. You think, well, maybe that hurts you in the quarterback game. No, Court Pearson was proficient in that game. Yep. Came in and did a nice job. But losing Brock really hurt us in the kicking game in that particular ball game.
That's right. And I think the Wildcat package that Tiftarea got into, just running the ball with Carmelo Reddick, number 13, really kind of honestly just kind of hit us in the mouth, and we didn't respond well. But I know for a fact that our coaches have kind of been hammering our kids on that all week, and they are ready to prove that they are the more physical team tonight. So, Coach, tonight I'm kind of dubbing. I mean, it's obviously bigger than one individual for either side, clearly, but with the name, I just couldn't resist the kind of the wordplay of the Reddick versus Reddick battle. They're Carmelo Reddick, number 13. As their Wildcat quarterback, and obviously kind of the maybe not with the patch on the jersey, but I think it's clear the captain of our defense, senior Thatcher Reddick, number 7. So that'll be interesting to see how many times those guys collide tonight.
Yep.
But we're ready for toe, meat, and leather right now as the whistle is blown and Brock Johnson is set and attacking the ball, and the kick goes fairly deep down to about the 10-yard line for Tiftarea. He's going to try to bring it out. He's got some running room. They're going to finally tackle him just short of the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Brock Johnson, the kicker on the tackle. Jack Doster in there. And
what a luxury, Coach. How many teams can say they've got a guy as physical as Brock Johnson to kind of be the safety on the kickoff team?
That's not an awful field position. I'm saying from the defensive standpoint, because high school football, kicks aren't typically as deep on average. That's kind of 2 games in a row where our kickoff coverage has not been great. Remember against Pacelli last week watching that game, their opening kickoff went further than you'd like, but it's manageable. They're underneath the 40 to start with.
So the Westfield student section bringing some loud noises down there to start the game, and they're going to go downhill on the run immediately.
And there's Thatcher Reddick.
Guess who meets him in the hole? Thatcher Reddick. We'll give him a gain of 2. It's going to be a real interesting battle. Obviously, we mentioned Reddick, and we shouldn't forget Carter Black, the other linebacker. But our defensive line versus the Tiftarea Panther offensive line, and vice versa on the other side of the ball, is going to be interesting. I heard a little birdie tell me before the game, the little birdie being Joe Allen, our trainer,
Right.
that Tiftarea was missing a key,
Huh.
one of their starting offensive tackles, who was a two-way player. So it'll be interesting to see
Right.
kind of how that plays a part too.
Yeah, both these rosters not super deep.
I bet you we're sitting at Jet right here.
A little set I know you like.
That was definitely a false start. They were going for the quick passing game. Probably lucky for the Panthers because Hoots was all over that.
So that was a balanced set under center with two wings and split. And Coach, it was going to be just a little, not a tunnel screen, but just a wide receiver screen with that wing going out there to block, like a lineman would go block on a quick screen game.
So the Panthers actually had a little bigger gain on first down than I thought, giving more like 3. So now it's about 2nd and 12 as they back up 5 yards from the penalty. And that was a quick chance to try to get Reddick the football out in the flat, Coach.
Oh, just pro gun here. They tumble the tight end.
It's a good-sized tight end. Heavy to this side. And here comes a downhill run. But eaten up. I think I saw Sammy McGee in there.
Brooks Bentley get on the pile. Sammy McGee, Carter Black.
Guys, it's exciting for you guys listening, and certainly for us up here as coaches here at this school. When you start looking at those names and you look across the defensive front right now, there's not a senior in the bunch, Coach.
And to me, what is glaringly obvious in terms of kind of the X factor this year is how Banks Reddick has gotten better on both sides. He's playing a lot of offense too.
Yep.
The other guys were proving. Caleb Andrews, certainly Sammy.
Right. So spread look, he's retreating.
That
Going to
could have
fire the
been a
ball.
held.
That was an incredible catch by the young man from Tiftarea. That's Reddick, in fact. We'll give him a short gain. It's still going to be 4th down and 6, maybe 5.
And Coach Soliday's got his quarterback over there, but he's going to run punt personnel off. You're on.
That ball was juggled and went behind his head before he ends up coming up with it, but never really had a chance to turn north-south and get some extra yardage. So a defensive hold to start the game for the Hornets. We'll see if they're able to flip the field here with the kick. So the little delay here in punting. The play clock the ball's on the ground, but fielded by the punter. Good kick away. Who's going to call for a fair catch at about the 22-yard line? So Hornet football starting there, their own 22-yard line. And let's see if we can get off to a quick start here on offense.
Yeah, that was almost for Tiftarea one of those major mistakes. You talk about, I think that was the Brookstone game. We kind of said, hey, let's just keep up with, what you would consider catastrophe.
That's right. Yep.
And that was almost a catastrophe for Tiftarea.
Wonder if that punter has some baseball player in him with that way he fielded that short hop. You see Brock Johnson's stat there, up over 1,500 yards passing and really good completion percentage. I can't do that math in my head that fast, but it looks pretty solid to me. 14 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. Come out here.
It's like a Q run set right here.
Sure does, and he's got a little room, but I think he might have found better success running wide, but he's got a better angle than me.
I don't know what he saw that made him want to kind of cut that back. I thought I saw number 4 for Tiftarea. They got the gold numbers on the white. Seth a Royale with cheese.
Oh, Royale with cheese, Pulp Fiction. I got you on that movie reference, Coach. I don't always get them, but I get that one. So now Jackson Hare comes in. He's been a little banged up with a hamstring, but he told me in class this week he was feeling better, so I'm looking forward to seeing him have a big night. Johnson back to pass, looking at Hoots in the fly. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Stone St. Clair. Sorry about that.
Right, third time's the charm. Hoots, Wynn, Stone.
I'd get it there eventually.
Well, they're single-digit guys.
And kind of built similarly too, so. Coach, that's a 7 yards you feel like you can get just about any time, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And then you take advantage if they creep up, you go over the top of it.
That's right. Bring up a third, and we'll call it 4, maybe a long 3, but you see the Hornets kind of go stack to one side, to the quarterback's right, to the far side if you're looking at it on the screen. Panthers come with a blitz. Johnson throws the slant, it's tipped, and Hoots is gone.
Stone.
Oh, Stat did it again. That's Stone St. Clair.
Clair.
Caught off the tip pass, and Stone St. Clair.
Off the deflection, and welcome back.
Stone St. Clair goes 71 yards on the reception for a quick lead. So Tiftarea decided to blitz into the strength of the offense, and that kind of left that little vacant spot that St. Clair sat in. You see the replay here.
Yep, no linebacker in the hook to curl because he creeped into level one and just pitch and catch, even with the tip. This is the right read by Brock Johnson.
For sure. And welcome back. I know he was back last week, but welcome back officially from us to Stone St. Clair. And I apologize to Stone for calling him by the wrong name, but that's 2 receptions already for him. Coach, let's give him about 78 yards on 2 catches so far. That's a good start to the game.
Yeah, and that was quick.
Strong kick from Johnson there puts us up to the 7.
You see Molina limping. I know he was kind of.
Yeah,
I think he was under the weather a little bit
he's
too.
Been battling a little bug, but he's toughing it out tonight, and he's coming off an ankle also. So
I think Brett's going to give us another look here possibly. So, Coach, they were in those trips, and they run a bubble behind it, and the flat player Ben Hulbert ran the bubble, and the flat player had to play the bubble, and that opens up that little. Some coaches call it in the hole. It's not really the linebacker hook to curl, but in that hole area. Well, it was open.
Well, I felt like I talked to Coach Campbell a couple of different times during the school day, and of course through the week. And I felt like he felt pretty confident.
I'm sure he did, with a lot of, the weapons he's got in the sets and the fact that he could base. Anytime you have a repeat game in a year, I always give the edge to the offense because they can look how you defended them on film. And I just think offensive production often, you can make the argument that defenses play better because you can say, well, how did somebody attack us offensively? But
I don't know how you can consider yourself having an advantage when you play us. Haven't played us before.
Right.
With how many different sets and plays and things that we do. It's just like, how do you prepare for it? So this tackle there, we're going to end up wrapping him back up, but he winds his way back up to the 36. Really just about the same spot they got to last time.
Sheldon Benton in on the tackle. Guess who? Jack Doster. Shocker. Number 4 gets to the football.
Doesn't he, though? So Tiftarea really, like I said, starting from about the same spot, maybe about a 2-yard difference. So we've got about half of the, not quite half actually, a little under half of the first quarter gone. The Hornets lead 7-0 after a big play from Brock Johnson to Stone St. Clair.
And then Tiftarea in a little, they don't have a fullback directly behind the quarterback, so they're going to.
Now they do.
He's an eye back. Power play,
Yep,
pull the
power.
backside guard.
Good job on the backside there by the end, Coach. I didn't catch who that was.
Sammy McGee's on the tackle. Backside end squeezing, too. Was that was Sammy all the way on the other side and just squeezed it down that far? I think he was.
That was impressive if true. Let's see if we can get a replay on that.
He and Bentley are the ends. Sammy kind of ends up.
No,
he was backside flowing and then worked back. He was almost
backside and ran it right into the guys. Sound gap defense, Coach. There's nowhere to run. Now, actually, we'll give them 3 yards on that. So, kind of have, I almost think, gosh, this is playing out. See if we can get a motion penalty again to kind of make it just like the last drive. Motion the receiver across. Going to flip it out on the bubble. We're fighting through over there. I don't know if there's going to be a lot there. He ends up getting positive yardage out of it, but let's only give him a couple. We'll be a 3rd down and maybe 4 left. Saw a lot of guys.
Yeah,
Liam Sexton, a couple of guys down from the secondary, really fighting through blocks, trying to make that play. So
I think if you're Coach Soliday, you want to see that. I'm not going to call him a receiver because that was an extended running play. You want to see that guy playing on his foot and get gone.
Yep. I know at one point in the game versus Tiftarea weeks ago when we played, they hurt us on a double move. So I'm sure the defensive backs have been coached up, especially after we bid on a couple of those against Pacelli also. So
to me, this screams pass. Well, now it definitely screams pass or Q run.
Try to throw something quick. And intercepted Liam Sexton, and he may go because he's got one man to beat us, the quarterback.
Oh, he gives a little soft shoulder.
Oh, he almost makes it back, but give him the 4-yard line. Oh, excited young man, and I can understand why.
And you remember we had a football game that we still won this year, the Strong Rock game, but remember Liam almost had a pick 6 in that game.
He did. I almost called him gone before I looked up and saw the quarterback chasing him. What a play by Sexton from the safety. Tries to give him a little stutter to slow him down. He almost gets there. But it'll be Hornet ball, first and goal from the 4-yard line, we'll call it.
And that's a catastrophe.
Yeah, absolutely.
For Tiftarea.
And you can a chance here early for the Hornets to kind of firmly get the game under control.
This is probably going to be Q run. This was the set we ran the first play of the game.
More downhill, and look at that seam open up, Coach.
You just get extra gaps.
Yep, just waltzes right in the end zone. Make it 13-0 with extra point pending. You'll see here, you get great angle. The hole just opens up right there.
They took the, what would be like a C-gap linebacker, and he's over further to those those extra tight ends.
The set kind of screams you're going to do something off tackle, doesn't it?
Yeah. Extra gaps. It's funny, Coach, even though, it doesn't look like a conventional wing tee, but you know how people talk about how all these Q sets and now in Q run, the 12th hat, Nick Marshall kind of made, which Mark Ledford coached him.
Kick was good. That's
Just
right.
think about how that, just the game, and even though, everybody thinks pulling guards and this and that, but the old school wing tee, the premise was it created extra gaps.
That's right.
With those wings off especially the wing to the tight end.
I'll tell you something that's, kind of along what you're saying. Obviously people that listen regularly know I'm a Georgia Tech fan, but, a lot of people like to, when Paul Johnson was there, and they love to kind of bow. They're saying, it's just high school football, offense, all this stuff. Well, now we got a guy that everybody's saying should be in the Heisman conversation, and everybody, Buster Faulkner's the genius, hot offensive mind. Guess what elements he's running?
I mean, it's double and triple option stuff.
Yes, it's 100%. Now, is it traditional flex bone stuff? No, but that's what it is.
Yeah, you got to get in the shotgun to be relevant now. I hate to say it. So I'm up here out of the rain, which is actually quite nice.
Oh, did it start to rain a little bit?
A little sprinkle.
It was in the forecast. Long kick. I'm just going to go out of bounds, I believe.
That looks
Not just out of bounds, a lot out of bounds.
That looks like Georgia's kicking game.
Well, let's see where they take it, Coach. It may end up about the same because they were getting it on about the 38 every time. So waiting to figure out what they do here. Going to call the penalty.
I was told I was going to give a shout out. Apparently, Tatum Reddick tonight, helping with the water and stuff. Or Sorry Mama. So, I know she's thrilled to be water girling tonight. Of course, she's down Miller St. Clair, Ken Grail, Sutton Pearson, Ball Boys, but Tatum Reddick joined the crowd tonight. Coach, there's your special set to your guy, Reddick.
Not the start the Hornets had hoped for the first time they ran it. I know they were geared up for it, but going to have to play a little better than that.
He got downhill in a hurry.
Ironically, they started at the 35, and the previous two kicks where we didn't have a penalty, they were starting at the 38.
Right,
so.
yeah, I mean, listen, if people take the football, kick it out of bounds every time.
So big gain, we'll call it a gain of 15. Well, it is a gain of 15
and they're
on
sticking with that same set. You think this is just going to be kind of a choice, your choice, buddy.
We make him cut it up, and Sammy McGee delivered a stick.
And Jack Doster sets the edge to where he has to cut it back.
We'll see the replay here. Doster, number 4,
he's going to come flying downhill.
He's going to take on the lineman right here and does that.
Coach, that's so Sammy will sometimes play end and tackle, right? Don't they kind of move him around
a little bit?
Sometimes he'll be that outside gap guy, but I think
he's running flat from defensive end, Coach.
Coach, he saw me in the lunchroom a couple of days, and he was like, flat, pursue flat. Remember when you used to tell me that?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, well,
he's doing it tonight.
Yeah. A little 5-man front there, Coach.
A little pressure, going to bring Doster off the edge. He takes on another pulling lineman or a kick-out block, and we eat that up.
Kind of cutting out all that stuff, aren't we? Because obviously that set is.
Coach, 2 corners on that. We got a little stain sighting on that tackle.
Cammy going with the stormtrooper look tonight. Big fan of that. The long white socks.
So 3rd and 9 now for the Panthers just over midfield.
Kind of that Texas look, don't they? Yeah, they come to Athens in a few.
Oh, that's going to be a big game.
Coach, have you survived? I was disappointed for the Ramblin' Wreck.
Sure, Coach, but that defense, there was no chance we were going undefeated
This
this
is
time.
Q run over here.
Chop down again. Looks
That's
like
great play by Thatcher.
Thatcher Reddick got him that time. And
Coach,
he's excited.
You'll appreciate this. They set the personnel over here like it was going to be Q run over here, but pulled people the other way.
There's a horn blowing. So anyway, sorry, there's a car horn. So I guess are we in go territory here? We're down 14?
No, I'm punting, trying to punt them deep.
It looks like Coach Soliday is going to disagree with you. Maybe he tries to get us to jump and then, makes a decision.
Well, I mean,
Coach, he moved the ball.
He doesn't have his traditional playing quarterback, so I guess it's good.
This might be a draw him off tactic here. Look
I
how
mean,
far off the defensive line is from the ball. You see that? It's good coaching there by the Hornet coaching staff.
I mean, I would assume, but you know what happens when you assume?
That was a dramatic pause. I was like, is there something coming?
Well, I would assume that I'm trying to say this. I would assume coming into this game that Coach Soliday said my best chance to win this game was like last time, a low-scoring game.
Yep.
You do not want to get into a shootout with
not
Hoots and St. Clair.
Well, not many teams do with our team.
But now, and we haven't scored a ton of points lately. We've been in a lot of 3-touchdown games.
Okay.
All right, you think about this. Strong Rock game was 3 touchdown. I think.
Yeah, you're right. But the caveat that I'll say, I don't want to get you off your point, but the caveat that I'll say to that is, we're in that region with all those 4A schools. So that's a little bit of a caveat to that. But go ahead.
Well, what I'm saying is we've done a good job of winning 3-score games. We've proven we can win 3-score games.
I got you.
But I'm thinking if you're Soliday, you don't want to get in 4- and 5-score game with Westfield. You just don't have a chance. And with that being said, the pick six on the possession before, it's almost like a panic play. Like you have to get it. That's a killer.
Yep.
Whereas
Coach Soliday is going to leave his offense on the field after all that. The brackets were just on your screen, and we'd love to talk through that maybe in a little bit. Brett, if you could put that back up. But
Coach, their right tackle's offsides.
They're offsides. I see it too. Going to run a little waggle action.
And they're going to throw it short of the sticks.
And look at there. That's our man, Jack Dulcer, making a big play for a stop on 4th down. Coach, I felt like, let's see the replay here because I want to show Jack Dulcer. He reads it perfectly. He's on it.
Well, and Hoots jumped the banana route, the corner route, was, hip to hip with that. That was no threat. So the guy, in defensive Tiftarea's quarterback, he had to throw it to what would equate the full and the flats.
So turnover on downs by the Panthers. And
yeah, I just don't like it. I mean, you're down 2 scores, and now you give Westfield the ball at midfield.
Near midfield after a turnover on downs.
Hey, but that guy's won a lot of football games.
Take a shot.
Didn't he win some games at Americas?
He won a state championship at Americas with some pretty good players that played high-level college football. That might be a lateral.
Yeah,
they say incomplete. Coach, I couldn't help but think a while ago when you were rolling and trying to make a point that I thought about that movie Animal House when he was saying that was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
No.
They said, don't stop him, he's on a roll.
Sorry, I was pontificating. Sorry, I was trying to.
2 history teachers up here, we are aware the Germans didn't bomb Pearl Harbor. See the movie.
It's just been that Q run stuff. We ran this on the touchdown run.
Set pass. Johnson going to take a shot.
Oh, yeah, just hang it up a little bit on that kind of that leverage route.
Had Hoots in the flat. Hoots was kind of jumping up and down, but to hit that route, he'd had to put some air into that ball. But now we're 3rd and 10.
Yeah, I just think anytime you got corner routes, but now look, in Brock's defense, he's like, where's the corner? Is the corner squatting?
Yep.
Is the corner in a third?
So we're going to go with more of a spread look here. Jackson Herring at the game. I haven't seen Jackson carry it much. It makes you wonder if he's 100%. I guess we'll find out as the game goes on. Johnson takes a snap. He's got a pocket to throw from. Safety number 4.
That's a good play by him.
Tiftarea breaks on the ball. Seth Royal.
Oh,
a freshman. And ends up making the play, which is going to leave the Hornets in a punting situation.
And good job out of Tiftarea defense. Coach Soliday's crew rising up, rise up.
Ain't much rising up going on for the Falcons.
Oh, man, what? We're not having a good year? Oh, that's the average year, right?
Have you ever watched a game and I know this is going to make me sound arrogant, but I watch a game and I think I could call plays better than that guy.
I did not watch last week. I played golf.
Well, you missed an extra point. You missed extra point costing the game. So they're in Germany this week, Coach. Kick away from St. Clair. It's going to get a Hornet bounce.
Man,
roll
that's a
down
good punt.
inside the 20 to the 16-yard line, where the Panthers will take over. Still down 14-0 with just over 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Playing the Colts, right?
Playing the Colts. Can't stop the run, and Jonathan Taylor for the Colts may go off for 200 or so. We'll see. Or whatever. Did they count you? So how many yards, since Germany's on the metric system, does it?
You keep mentioning the Germans tonight. You mentioned the movie.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But anyway, so the yards, maybe the yards don't count as much since they're on the metric system. Is that a thing?
How does that affect your fantasy?
I don't know.
I don't do all that.
Well, Drake London only had 97 meters on the day.
Since we do this for nothing, so I'm not bound to anything. When's YouTube TV going to get ESPN back? Jeez.
Oh my goodness!
Tell me, go single day pass again tomorrow.
Tired of that. Another throw out into the flats. Hornets have a host of bodies there, but we'll give him about shorter gain than I thought. Really, only about 2, maybe 3 yards.
That's what I get for cutting the cable. I was trying to be cool. They said cut the cable. Trying to be cool and do something
Coach,
cool.
It's everything runs in cycles. Before long, it'll be everybody going back to cable again.
Jeez.
Listen, ESPN is on this. ESPN is on a ploy. It's all. I don't know the word I'm looking for. Conspiracy to try to everybody get their app.
Well, back to football. Sorry. At least I wasn't getting on the officials. Jet sweep.
There is the jet sweep.
Oh, double pass with a banana scheme.
Good recovery by the Hornets to get on it. It's a good combo. That's Evan Skinner, the freshman.
It's just interesting to see sweep pass with like kind of a corner route.
Yeah.
Evan
Skinner there.
Cammy Staines.
Well, pretty well thrown ball too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Good route.
But now suddenly 3rd down and 7, deep in their own
Coach
territory.
Soliday pulling all the stops out.
So ironically, Coach, the winner of this game will get the winner of the Deerfield Pinewood game, which is being played tonight in Albany. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some scores from that a little later. And the left tackle, who I think is the replacement player, just moved.
Yep, no GHSA games this week.
Right, you mentioned that earlier. Well, I guess that was off air. But,
yeah, we were just chit-chatting.
But so that the winner will either go to of this game. If we win, we're fortunate enough to win, we'll go to Deerfield if they win. Or I think Pinewood would come here if they win. I think that's the way that would work.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes. But the irony in that is that Tiftarea actually probably played Deerfield as tough as anybody this year.
21-13.
Yeah.
And the word on the street is Deerfield's kind of banged up, or really banged up. So, Coach, talking about playoffs and this time of year and just, some things shaking and baking. In the GHSA private classification, which is not all the privates, some of your larger privates still play against publics, but in that classification, Coach, out of 32 teams, Savannah Country Day 17th in that class, and they're coming to our league next year.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did see that.
And their mascot?
Oh yeah, and their color scheme same as ours too.
Savannah Country Day.
Yeah, we talked about that a while ago. You're just right. I thought
that
they moved.
Back went early.
I thought they moved. That's going to be a short kick.
That's off the toe.
But look at who's come up and save us some yardage.
That toe goes up.
We're
going to
take
flutter.
Possession about the 37-yard line, Coach, and things are going well for the Hornets.
That's almost like you're just an extension of playing offense.
Still just under 3 minutes left in the first quarter. The Hornets could really kind of – I know we kind of feel like we controlled most of the game down there, but if we go up 21-0, man.
And don't be shocked if Coach Campbell – takes a shot here on not – this is a sudden change, but it's a change of possession. But I do wonder when Jackson Harrell tote the ball. Obviously, he looks good jogging on the field. Maybe just something they see with that quarterback run set.
I would be venturing to guess he's going to get it right here.
Okay.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't.
May the odds ever be in your favor, because I think they're in your favor. And that's a pass.
A forward little flip there. That might have been a horse collar. No call?
That's a good play by that gentleman on the sideline. What is his number? As we have the gold on white. Looks like a 30. That would be Caden Greer, if that is indeed number 30. I cannot tell, 30 or 20.
Central Fellowship is up on Southland 6-0 near the end of the first. They have a
Coach Wall's crew's played well lately.
they're in I don't know if they're in a rain lightning delay, but they are having some heavy rain. So that's a little. Oh, look at that move by Sinclair.
Little shake.
That's
Big
something.
hit.
Man, I tell you, man, and that's not a knock on any of the guys. I'm not saying that, but having that second really electric guy just really takes your offense to another level.
And Coach, that almost looked like a double option scheme. Look how he. Well, there's no sync the first, but it's almost like a little half sprint, almost like I know it's not an RPO, but the way the mechanics of it were.
Sam McGee, he made a great block downfield as he was releasing because it basically is a screen.
I'm gonna pick at Stone about his black cleats and his white shoestrings. You know that's an Alabama thing. You know that's part of their culture. Black shoes. I don't think
Johnson going out in the flats again. This time to Hare. He looks pretty healthy to me. Give him a first down.
I'm saying with the white shoestrings. I don't know because I'm married a Bama fan. Oh, gosh, it's been a long.
I thought it was more because you were a fashionista.
Maybe so. I mean, would that be a problem?
No judgment from me, Coach.
Okay.
I mean, okay, never mind. I'm definitely judging.
It's easy to grin.
When the ship comes in.
So a little kind of bunch over here. Possibly a little jet here. It might be jet play action. Yeah,
little toss. That's like you said, that's a pass.
So you can kind of see, you have the bunch over here and then Stone away from it.
Another big gain on first down, make it 2nd and 4. Hornets will have to run one more play before the quarter ends.
And that's just a solid scheme offensively because secondary can't just come hauling tail up.
Right.
Because then you can kind of same set, same mechanics, and run a deep ball behind it.
2nd and 4. Hornets ball inside the 20. Coach Campbell's going to get a timeout. His first of the half.
Can't take him with you, Coach.
We'll stay here because we only have 29 seconds left in the quarter. So that rain is bringing a little bit of a cool breeze, Coach. Let's get a little weather check. See, that's good. Good call there, Brett. He's going to put the bracket back up so we can kind of talk through that. Here's the AAA bracket. Tonight's action, you can see Tiftarea and Westfield, the 3 versus the 6. Piedmont, John Millage.
Go Cougars.
I think that'll be a fairly easy win for John Millage. No disrespect to Piedmont, of course. Frederica Valwood should be a highly contested game, as you'd expect the seeding would imply. And we talked about the Pinewood-Deerfield matchup also down in Albany tonight. I looked for an early score and couldn't find one, so we'll just kind of see if we can find that later.
And I hadn't, paid attention to Valwood a lot. I know Snellgrove got hurt again. Yeah. He was electric as a sophomore when they won the state championship. Saw him play against John Millage, called that game with a GIAA. And then he got hurt last year, season-ending injury. And, I think in a game this year he was taken off the field in an ambulance with a lower leg ankle injury. I mean, just very talented Tate Snellgrove. So I don't know what kind of shape Valwood's in without him. I know they have other guys, obviously.
So now the Hornets take the ball again, 2nd and 4. Just under 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Going to give it to Hare on the hand sweep.
Yeah, was that power read? Did we pull it backside guard? Normally that shuffle
maybe
action.
Maybe so, but if it was, it might have been a misread by Johnson. Going to drop 4 yards.
That's what I was asking.
Oh, gosh, going to drop more than 4. Make it about 6. 3rd and now 11. I'm sure Coach Campbell will take the quarter break. Looks like he's not. Yeah, they're just running personnel on now. He may not be aware that the clock is ticking down. So now he is. So they're going to take a quarter break there. But at the end of the first quarter, your Hornets are up 14-0 on Tiftarea Panthers in the second round of the GIAA AAA playoffs. And we will be back with more Hornet football as we begin the second quarter. You're watching Mid-Georgia Sports Network.
About a merger. This is about the first tangible step for us to take together to build a regional hub of healthcare for Central Georgia. The confluence of research, technology, innovation, and excellent community care is how we'll make an impact together. As we unveil our sign, it's a symbol of the chapter we're now taking together to reshape healthcare for this community.
I'm involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I play football, baseball, basketball, and I run track.
I love the contact sport. I love the ability to get my feelings and aggression out throughout the hard day or hard week out at practice.
I was a part of the Westfield wrestling team when I was a freshman, and that's also the year when I played soccer. So it was been fun, and I'm going to play soccer again in my senior year, and hopefully I will probably be the captain of the soccer team.
I enjoy just spending time with my teammates and getting to just rep the green and gold like everyone else has in the past.
On Thursdays, we get to go out and with the football team, and we get our chaplain out there, and he does a great job. And I think on a Thursday that's great to do because it's a day before the game, and you get to think about God and just choice.
Welcome back as we begin the second quarter of action as Westfield hosts Tiftarea in the second round of the state playoffs.
Coach, I think we got a new running back in there. No, we don't.
No, it's here.
I couldn't tell.
There's the throw goes to Hoots. He has the catch, but it's only for about half of what was needed. You have to think that'll probably be enough to convince Coach Campbell to go for it. He's within field goal range for Johnson.
Yeah, I couldn't
But you're
tell.
looking at about 4th and 5.
Yeah, I think you'll see us go for it instead of kick it up 2 scores on a slightly slick surface, with a little rain having come down for a second there. I thought it was Landon Gillis. He's kind of climbed up the depth chart at running back.
Yep.
But he's number, 25?
25, yep. Very, very light rain, not much really to speak of. Maybe just enough to kind of wet the ball a little bit, or wet the grass. Look, he's looking for that route there. Looking for a little solo route there to, who was that, Sheldon Benton, but well covered by Tiftarea. So,
yeah, just a little one-on-one, little just thinking the soft cushion, just run a stop. But guy kind of sat on it.
So unfortunate there for the Hornets. I know that's one we kind of wish we had back. That there, not only that play, but that drive, I felt like the Tiftarea has kind of tightened up the reins a little bit. And you can't help but wonder, as I just heard the producer, Brett Taylor, say in the truck, this game is starting to take the shape of the one it did down at Tiftarea early in the season, where we kind of had control early and Tiftarea just hung around.
I just don't think Tiftarea is as proficient offensively tonight.
I would agree with that, but
I think they're very limited.
But there is that similarity so far. But you're right. I think
it's early.
I think we'll work out those little offensive kinks eventually.
It's early. And honestly, I mean, to be, versatile. I mean, we need to get Sheldon Benton the ball. I mean, there's that's a good thing. That's good experience. I like that. You got a little solo route to a younger guy, and that's should be an easy pitch and catch. And for whatever reason, it wasn't.
Quarterback run here off tackle. Now he's going to try to bounce it and find something in the alley. Tries to avoid a big hit from Reddick, and he does, but he can't avoid the tackle. He probably made a pretty good business decision there to kind of choke down a little bit, because I don't think he wanted to take on Thatcher Reddick in the hole. That might not have ended well for quarterback.
Right.
So if they're taking their time here with the play clock, running a play in, quarterback running all the way out the field to get the play across from the far hash.
And he's toting it some.
Coach, haven't seen Reddick, number 13, for them lately, which is a little surprising. So maybe he may have a little injury or something. Off tackle run again. Depends on the spot. He's going to have the first down by about a yard.
Yeah, and they pulled some people. I don't know if it was counteraction, but I know that he was very patient on that run. I just don't think they can go down the field. I think if the Hornets don't give up a big play, I don't think Tiftarea can go 70 yards with that scheme down the field without throwing the ball. because the Hornets, Westfield coach staff Lee Campbell's just going to bring people into the box, and it's going to be hard. Eventually, it's going to become a numbers game, Coach Fowler.
Yep.
And they're just not going to be able to run. You saw earlier we had a little 5-man front.
I was looking for Carmelo Reddick, number 13. As I mentioned, it was kind of the same play there from Tiftarea.
And there's going to be a flag.
We're going to get probably a hold.
Yeah,
on
probably
52.
just pulling lineman. Did he tackle Cam Staines almost?
It ended up that way on the ground. We'll see if it was a
I
good
think
block
they're going to get a hold.
or a
on him.
hold. He's got, it's hard to tell by the conversation. Not sure what's going on there. But I'm looking for Reddick on the sideline across the way. Maybe he's on the bench. I can't really see anything. It's just surprising to see what I think is possibly their best offensive player out on the field. So you have to think.
Killer penalty.
It is. And not to kind of belabor the point, but losing Reddick from your offensive arsenal if you're Tiftarea would be a huge loss also.
Yep.
So that's going to back them way up. Of course, they'll replay the down, but it'll be second down now.
Do you even
Or
see
excuse
him
me,
over
first
there?
down again. First down in, gosh, what is that, 18, 17? No, I don't, Coach. I don't see him on the sideline. I'm looking on the bench. I don't see anybody sitting down being treated. But
It's hard to see their numbers.
Unfortunately, my eyes aren't where they once were. Kind of the same play again, and continues to get positive yardage. We got another penalty.
Another flag. I think they're going to get him for another hold.
I think that time somebody tried to tackle Carter Black. Carter got up with his hands, palms kind of facing skyward, go like, what is going on right now? So it's going to be 2nd and 11 if the play stands, or if Coach maybe decides to decline the penalty. Of course, I don't know that I would do that. You want to get them as deep as you can. So we're going to get the call here. Another holding penalty on the Panthers. It's going to stay first down.
Been a while since I've seen 2 holding calls in a row.
Yeah,
That's
the old joke, and this was a long time ago when the old joke when I first started coaching in the league is you're going to get about 1 holding call on each team per half. But we are looking, I say we defensively, but offensively the Panthers have first down and 10, 20, 30. First and 30, I think it is, give or take a yard. Same play, other way. He's going to try to cut it back now. Fans want another hold. The Hornets are going to eventually tackle the quarterback.
Play by Evan Skinner.
We'll give the quarterback a gain of about 4 or 5. The row of dads across the top row of the bleachers who I stopped to talk to for a few minutes on the way up, I think that was them I heard screaming hold. I told them I was going to drop my peanut holes on them tonight, but I think I'll refrain. And they said as long as it wasn't anything wet coming down, they'd be okay with it. And I think I see Reddick back in the game for them, which is he's on the drag route right there underneath. Ball's batted up in the air and knocked down wisely by the Tiftarea.
That was Caleb Andrews' chance. Was it batted by Sammy?
Either Sammy or
maybe Caleb. It looked like it was going to fall into the hands of Caleb after the bat down.
So 3rd down, and we'll call it 25. I'm guessing a little bit, but it's a long way. So let's say 10. No, it's not that much. Call it 21. 3rd and 21. How about that?
Sounds good.
Yeah, we'll just
a long 21.
Something greater than 20.
It's 21 and a half.
Back to pass now. Got a rush coming off the edge. Got there as the ball was released. No way. He dropped it in the basket.
Yeah, we just can't let him behind us.
As he got drilled by Luke Wicker. But just a great play there, a pass and catch. But you're right. That's a defensive miscue, Coach.
It's not a catastrophe, but.
Well, it just about is 3rd and 21.
Coach Chad Campbell's.
You can see him on the sideline there, not happy, as you can imagine. But, yeah, the quarterback got hit right as he was throwing it, and the ball was fluttering. That ball has got to be knocked down or intercepted. So Panthers going to quick snap here. Going to run that little jet. And not a lot there. Maybe give him a yard. So second down now. And we'll call it 9. And the ball is on the Hornet 45. But after the long pass play, the Panthers do have a little something working.
Well, the best thing for them is, even if they don't score, flip the field.
Flip the field, and you kept the ball out of the Hornets'
Right.
hands on offense, which is.
And if you have to give it to them, hopefully
Yep.
you make them go.
Well, ideally for the Panthers, you'll go down and get a score here. There's about 6 minutes left in the half, and maybe you can go in the half only down 14-7. You'd have to feel pretty good about it. Same set, different direction. Now they rotate it back into the backfield. They're going to toss it to him.
There's a hold right there.
There is a hold.
Bentley was getting held because you could tell that he wanted to flow down the line, and the guy didn't have his hat on the play side, had not reached him, so to say, and Bentley couldn't even move.
Coach, I'm not a FBI voice expert, but I think I recognize the voice of Mr. Ben Hoots yelling hold down there.
No. Yeah, but he
wasn't wrong, though.
He wasn't wrong. Mr. Hoots knows some sports. He's well versed in a lot of disciplines. He's kind of like the rest of us, a sportsaholic.
Would you say he's a Renaissance man, Coach?
Yes. That's I don't know. I mean, there's only a few Renaissance men. Cameron Staines, Law Leonard. Those are Renaissance guys.
Yeah, that's a okay. He called timeout. The quarterback kind of jumped and reset his feet on the first call for the snap, and that really is a motion penalty. But timeout to the Panthers, just to kind of set it back up. It's third down, and we'll call it 7 from the Hornets' 44-yard line.
We didn't get a replay on the big pass play. It was a 2-by-2 set. I was kind of looking at the pass rush. Obviously, they protected very well the Tiftarea O-line. Was it just 4 verticals, Coach? Or
Yeah, of some sort.
Was it a layered route? I mean, was there
either way it was, I didn't obviously catch what coverage we're in, but he gets to the middle of the field. You have to imagine there's not a single high safety no matter what, because he'd have been sitting there waiting on it. But unless we let him run by us, which I doubt we did. Coach, I had a wonderful dinner tonight. I hate I'm going to miss out on the concession stand food, but my mother-in-law cooked her world-famous lasagna.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Fantastic. Hope she's listening so she can hear me
say
how good it was.
You didn't bring me any?
No, Coach, I've never really liked you. So.
Well, I got that going for me, which is nice.
Which gives you credibility in many parts of the world, actually.
Oh, man.
Going to get him.
Ooh.
And that ball is
that
loose.
Was a
and that's
big hit.
Catastrophe.
Yeah, that's a Coach Luke.
Hey, there's
Luke
our boy,
Wicker with an absolute.
Wicker with his second big quarterback hit on this drive, and Brooks Bentley on the recovery. Got to meet Brooks' dad tonight. That was a pleasure.
Coach, this is like the internal clock on the quarterback should have gone off to get rid of that ball.
It's daylight savings time. He forgot to set it back an hour.
Because he held on to that ball and almost clutched it, and it's like you're about to get hit in the small of your back.
Well,
I'm glad the young man's okay because I don't want to make
sure,
that was a big stick.
Yeah, so
and that's a catastrophe.
For the half second, he was late on the long pass. He was not late that time, was he? Talking about Luke Wicker there on the play. Carter Black now in the game, going in motion. Going to be an end around to St. Clair. And he's going to lose yardage, unfortunately, unless he gets away, and he's not going to be able to.
I don't know if that was us trying to get a little surprise off a sudden change, maybe.
Right.
But they were not asleep.
So now we're second and long, almost second and 10, or second and 20. We'll call it second and maybe 18 or 19. Certainly something that can be recovered by this dynamic Hornet offense.
You know who hasn't touched the ball much tonight is Win Hoots.
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself.
Now, number 5 is a good-looking athlete out here on him.
Johnson rolls back.
Well, speaking of that, boy, and
got his guy and breaks the tackle.
Woo.
Breaks his
Giddy
tackle.
up.
Hold the ball. The ball is loose, and he does fall back on it, thankfully. But big play there from Wynn. We'll
I'm
call
going to tell
that
you something, man.
Let's see where we're at on the 23.
Coach, watch how this ball's a little, well, you can't, not low, but it's below but he does such a good job of squatting on the route and looking the ball in. And then after after the catch, the yak, got to hold on to it.
So we'll give Wynn about, gosh, Coach, maybe 30 yards, 35 yards on that play. I can tell you, coming into the game, he needed about 90 to break 1,000 for the season.
And look, that's a good ball throwing on the run.
Yep.
I mean, Brock Johnson threw that kind of wrong foot on the run. Not wrong foot as in like he's doing it wrong,
Right.
But
there's a toss to Hare. He's got a little room off the left side. And we'll give him a solid pickup of about 6. We got some pushing and shoving going on. 45 didn't like the way he was aggressively blocked. So, Coach, you might hear Coach Farmer in the background telling Coach Walton that I have my mother-in-law's world-famous lasagna, and I don't need anything.
Well, I'm going to be honest, Coach. She looked at me and said, she took my order. So nice. Leanna just takes care of us.
Yeah,
Coach Walton
absolutely.
just was complimenting her soccer sweatshirt. I really like it, that black sweatshirt. And, Coach, she said, he's not eating.
I know.
She pointed, he's not eating. I said, no, he ate his mom's world-famous lasagna.
That was my mother-in-law, but yes.
My mother-in-law, sorry.
So the catch made there on the quick slant. Can't see who made the catch, but we'll give him credit as
I think it was Hoots.
Unstacked the bodies
Hoots.
there. It was Hoots.
Coach, he's just making a,
I felt like the surprise in Coach Walton's voice was fat shaming. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
I don't. I can't. Coach, you know what? If it makes you feel better, I'll call her and see if she'll get me 2 cheeseburgers instead of 1.
No. That's funny. Hornets in business now. First and goal from the 8-yard line, I'm guessing. It's hard to see from up here.
Run set.
Going to throw out in the flats to Hoots again.
Oh, good block by St. Clair. Just enough by St. Clair on the block, and then diving for the pylon. Oof.
So, Coach, you spoke it into existence there as Hoots goes 3 catches. Goes 3 catches and goes the distance there.
Good job by Stone keeping his hands inside.
So let's see here. So I guess we did have the 1 run. So, but we'll give Hoots about, I'm going to say around 60-ish yards on that drive of receptions.
Coach, and I love that he dove. There's sometimes guys dive for the pylon or dive for the end zone. They should.
That's right.
But in that situation, and I like when they'll dive for it with 2 hands on the ball.
Kick is good. Shout out there, by the way. Johnson always gets the credit for the kicks, and he's got a great leg. He does a great job. Full credit to him.
But the operation.
But it's an operation. Carter Black and
the ever stoic Court
Pearson on the hold. Yep. So Thatcher Reddick fires the crowd up as we go up 21-0 with just over 2 minutes left in the half.
And Coach, we talk about the catastrophe. Not only if you're Tiftarea would, you're obviously trying to make something happen, but when you took the sack, the big hit by Wicker that causes the ball to get dislodged.
Right.
And if you just if you don't make that mistake, at worst you can kind of punt Westfield deep.
Right.
But, but Coach Holiday and his staff's probably like, I don't know if we can stop these guys.
Yeah, and you're looking at 21-0 now, 2 minutes left. Of course, other than the one kind of play that they dropped over the middle in the post route or the seam or whatever it was, Tiftarea hasn't done a lot on offense.
No.
And Westfield's getting the ball coming out of the half first. I mean, it's kind of stacking up against you right now, isn't it? This game is kind of on the precipice of being a runaway if Tiftarea isn't careful.
Yep. Coach, you know who's tall? Harper Fountain.
Harper Fountain is so tall. Tall. And Coach, quite the dancer, as we learned in the rally today.
Absolutely.
Johnson with the deep kick inside the 5, I'd say. There, he makes the catch, and he has nowhere to go. And tackled by guess who? Jack Doster inside the 20-yard line. So
yep. Harper Fountain put on the show. Banks Reddick doing the worm. Was that Sarah Fountain hit a little worm too on it?
I had a bad angle, Coach. Couldn't see. But the Fountain siblings up there putting on a good show, representing Leah.
And representing the 80s. A little
True.
old school classic breakdance, default. Coach, I was just glad I didn't get a B today. I remember being in that dance contest one year, and Nick Sapp beat me in the finals.
I was tempted. I was attempted to be beated today and refused them.
Well, I actually did get beaten, and I said, Charlotte Ray. I was like, I can't. I'm tired of being in these.
Yep. All right, Coach, guess who running down the line of scrimmage?
Sammy McGee.
You got it.
Coach, he's playing a heck of a game, and Banks Reddick, too, flowing.
Coach, it makes you wonder if that wasn't something that was, are we going to call timeout, try to get the ball back? We are indeed.
I like it.
So that'd be the second timeout of the half for Westfield. It's going to leave us one, if that's my memory serves correctly. So 1:44 left in the half after a timeout there by Coach Campbell. So Sammy McGee, they must have been something they talked about a lot in practice this week.
Well, I
mentioned that to you, and then suddenly tonight he's just doing it all night long.
I think he might have been half just kind of picking at me, in the lunchroom, because that was always something I harped on. I told him, well, Sammy, y'all going to, that even front's going to get upfield more. I mean, by nature, they get off the ball a little more. But it may have been a focal point, as you said. Little Montel Jordan for you, Coach.
Yeah, that's how we do it, Coach.
Paint the picture.
This is how we do it.
Is it Friday night?
It's Friday night. Southland and Central Fellowship tied at 6 in the second quarter.
Ooh, that's
That was one that you were kind of watching. Like you said, Central Fellowship was playing a little bit better. Southland a couple of weeks ago was playing great, and then all of a sudden, I don't know if
do they have the injury bug?
Yeah, I don't know. I need to kind of check. I got a buddy that I can kind of get that info from, and I hadn't asked. The quarterback bounded forward to catch that snap. That was interesting. Downhill run, but a hard hit and a quick timeout from Coach Campbell. That'll be the final one for the Hornets for the half. So last time they'll be able to stop the clock via timeout. 1:37 left in the second quarter, but going to be third down now and a 5, give or take.
Coach, going to be cold Tuesday morning.
Ooh, Coach, how?
I mean, Monday's cold, but Tuesday morning really cold.
High on Monday is 49 degrees, but high today was 80. High tomorrow, I think, is going to be similar. And then 49 for the high on Monday. Goodness gracious.
But I think the lower,
in the 20s.
the Tuesday low is lower than the Monday low.
Yeah, in the 20s overnight, right? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, like a 29er. They catch a 9er in there? Coach, do you hear the song that's on the PA system?
I do hear the song.
Oh, my goodness.
Tommy used to work on the dock.
Union men on strike.
Yep.
He's down on his luck. Is this? Oh, my goodness. Where's my jean jacket?
Atlanta Hawks winning.
Where's my jean jacket when I need it?
No Stephanie Black. I don't know the Deerfield score. Sorry. Getting texts from people in the crowd. Oh, we got a little bit of a grab there.
It looked like it was going to be a screen.
It was going to be a screen, but they got him on the hold.
And the defensive line did such a good job there. I know Coach DeMarcus is proud of his D-line because they snuffed it out. And, you tell them if it's too easy, then something's up.
Right.
If you get, if the pass rush is too easy, retrace your steps.
Yep. The beauty of that is that Coach Campbell can decline that penalty, make it fourth down, and the clock stops without a timeout.
Right.
So
that's not as beautiful
Brooks
as these French
Bentley.
fries.
Brooks Bentley, they're waving off the flag. Well,
which is fine.
Yeah, that's right, because incomplete pass. That's right, so the clock stops anyway. But I thought Brooks Bentley got grabbed hard as he was rushing the passer, but it's okay either way. So third down and with the declining penalty, I can't talk. With the declining penalty, now it's fourth down and 5. Let's try that. Maybe the 10th time is the right one. So Hoots lines up not very deep. If he fields it right there, it'll be on this side of the 50 with a minute and a half left, and that's plenty of time for the Hornets. Panthers motion in one now. Watch something tricky here.
Ooh,
low snap again. Kicks away. Another short kick, though.
You said it
Oh,
earlier.
I thought he was going to field it. Oh, he ends up fielding it. Not going anywhere, though. Oh, he gets away, but 47-yard line.
You said it earlier,
118
Coach.
left.
You said it earlier. It seems like their specialty people on every punt move early. Something's kind of awkward there with them.
Let's see if I can work some magic and find a Deerfield Pinewood score. Oh, just got it from Brett. It's 14-0 Deerfield.
Do we go shock play here, Coach? Do we go quick sudden change?
No, we go quick into the flats, and he throws it in the ground.
We didn't protect that very good because that was three-step drop. Maddox Davies and Law Leonard on the protection. I don't know if they were on a stunt scheme there, a little bull rush, kind of got in Brock's lap. But it was a short throw to the boundary.
That does stop the clock.
Short drop, too.
1:15, so only a few seconds off on that play.
A lot of space over there with Hoots in that solo corner. Of course, we bring St. Clair to the same side. Tail motion to empty. We're going to run that tight end down the seam is what usually.
Johnson's going to find some room to run. He's going to get the edge, and he's got yardage if he wants it.
He's going to tuck it.
He's got yardage. He's got the first down, in fact, but he's out of bounds to stop the clock. So Long had to run a long way to pick up about 10 yards or maybe 11, but he got it. So the ball will be spotted on the 36-yard line. Clock down to 1:02. Again, no timeouts for the Hornets, so we got to think about spiking the ball possibly if we need to. We could also, of course, incomplete pass or run out of bounds stops the clock. The clock will stop temporarily on the first down, just long enough for the chains to be reset.
Coach, they had been clearly coached up when Westfield tail motions, I mean, they had somebody running underneath Molina, hawking him.
Yep.
Coach Campbell's barking something, he wants the bunch wider.
Yep. Got to run that little reverse. Maybe a pass.
That's dirty.
Got his
that
man.
Is absolutely
That's
dirty.
Hoots. He's going to score.
That is absolutely dirty.
Stone St. Clair on the touchdown pass to Hoots.
I mean,
let's give him another 36 yards, Coach. That's going to put him darn close to 100. It will put him over 1,000 for the season or close to it. So I don't have the official numbers, but
obviously the numbers by Hoots are stupid this year. But Coach St. Clair, first of all, evades a would-be tackler.
Right. Showed a lot of athleticism.
And then throws that on the run. Ooh, I mean.
With the glove on, Coach.
Yeah,
well, Michael Jackson pass.
You can't take the one glove off and be like Mike. Telling everybody.
You back that up a little bit. You see now why Coach Campbell wanted that bunch to widen out.
Yep. Give him space to get the ball and have time.
Yep. Kick is up, and kick is good. Perfect. Kicks very well. Caught by a young man in the end zone. Let's see who that was. Was that one of our middle school football players coming this way, Coach?
I'm not going to say any what you got, Coach?
I'm just seeing who caught the ball. It's interesting. I think that's Mr. Miller or St. Clair.
Miller. The always smiling Miller St. Clair.
Coach, I was giving you all the secrets to stop the clock. They only needed 7 seconds.
Somebody stopped me, not going to say any names, you know who I'm talking about, and told me, look, I'm not making any predictions, but it's just crazy. I'm not going to say any names, but this guy, he's kind of crazy.
You're going to steal my thunder, I think. Go ahead and say it.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, I wasn't stealing your thunder. Somebody told me the score at halftime.
Oh, it was Joe Allen.
No, you told me. I was saying you're the crazy guy.
No, it was Joe Allen. So Joe Allen, our trainer, told me.
Oh, I didn't know you were going to go. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. He told me not to say anything unless it actually happened. So it's now happening.
It be happening.
So he said he felt like after watching us warm up and the way our guys kind of were focused and locked in and knowing they had an injury or two being in Tiftarea, he felt like we were going to really jump on them and it might be 28-0 at halftime. Well, here we sit with just under a minute left, and Brock Johnson just kicked the ball in the end zone for a touchdown.
Do it, Brock. Oh, he's thrilled. Look at him.
Look at that. Oh, him and Stone celebrate. That's nice. Well, Joe Allen said it might be 28-0 at halftime. Well, 54 seconds left to half, and it is 28-0. So, hey, Joe, how about those lotto numbers, buddy?
I
love that our crowd recognized that kick. Going
And that's
into the end
something
zone.
has been a goal of his.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I mean,
What's cool, though, is Brock, he just flipped the ball backwards and watched somebody else throw a 35-yard touchdown pass, and nobody was more excited than him. You know? Your quarterback's
Yeah.
excited somebody else throws a quarterback touchdown pass. Pretty cool.
I think those guys play with a lot of chemistry. I mean, Coach, they play with a lot of chemistry when they're in middle school. Sometimes the swag that you and I had to get you. Let's go back to win Hoots'
Coach,
first game. You know where I'm about to go.
That is so fun. I'm going to let you tell the story, but I would literally, somebody brought that up in my classroom today.
So
that was 5 years ago.
First ever game here at Westfield in the 7th grade.
4 years ago.
And
yes.
that was our first year doing middle school.
It was.
So
first game, yeah. First touchdown of the season, I think.
Right. And we didn't know. We've been
They're
coaching
running the ball again and get stopped short of the first down.
Skinny in there, Jack Doster. Well, we had been coaching. Just leave it with this. Win Hoots' first score over here. He gets a unsportsmanlike for doing the gritty.
Yeah, he does. And we came in on the following day, Friday.
Came all down on
we
him.
made Win do the gritty while the rest of the team did push-ups. Thatcher Reddick grabbed him in the locker room, and it never happened again. All right, so that ends the half. Westfield up to the Joe Allen prophecy of 28-0. So all Westfield in the first half. We'll have the action in the second half coming back. You are watching Westfield Hornet Football on the Mid-Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network continues to be the best option for live streaming of prep sports in the Mid-State. We have expanded our coverage this sports year to various broadcasts of Westfield School athletics and multiple GIAA.TV championship events. MGSN is also developing our own video production operation, now known as Middle Georgia Video Production. MGSN and MGVP have the capability to provide live streaming options to support broadcast of live sports, local events, concerts, business meetings, and much more. Not only can MGVP execute live broadcasts, but we also excel in post-production video creation, allowing us to capture your most precious moments, brand your product line, and publicize any event on your social media pages. Let MGVP, with our live streaming experience and production capabilities, partner with you or your business for all of your video production needs.
About a merger. This is about the first tangible step for us to take together to build a regional hub of healthcare for Central Georgia. The confluence of research, technology, innovation, and excellent community care is how we'll make an impact together. As we unveil our sign, it's a symbol of the chapter we're now taking together to reshape healthcare for this community.
Welcome back into Westfield Hornet Football, playoff football, in fact, on the Mid-Georgia Sports Network as the Hornets hold a comfortable 28-0 lead over Tiftarea, but maybe I shouldn't use that word comfortable, Coach Farmer, after what happened a few weeks ago in Chula when the Hornets lost a double-digit lead to lose a close game. But I think so far, based on events we've seen and the fact that the Hornets are receiving the football, it's pretty comfortable.
Yeah, pretty comfortable, and you combine that with a very stagnant Tiftarea offense, kind of limited in what they're capable of doing. Certainly doesn't seem like they're very explosive. It's never over till it's over, but this one's could get out of hand.
Yeah, with a score here, you'd have to think you might see Tiftarea kind of, I don't know. They probably won't quit. That's not what you'd expect from them, but I would think it'd be a tough for them to come back. So just a few scores that I can get so far. We heard the Deerfield score 14-0 kind of late in the first half. Maybe we can hear some more scores from the Macon area schools or down in Albany from the truck. But what I've been able to find, Brentwood, who seems to be destined for a trophy this year, is rolling over Windsor 49-7. Edmund Burke, our old friend Robert Kennis, 14-0 over Flint River. Kickoff is going to go. Is that Hoots? The return didn't go great, but 20-7 Brookstone over Pacelli as a region rematch. Stratford all over Calvary Christian, 30-7 at half. As I'm getting John Millage, obviously as predicted, handling Piedmont with ease. Got a half 100 on the board before halftime.
Southland talk about my Cougars like that.
Southland has come back to be up 13-6 at the half over Central Fellowship. So that's what we have for now. Georgia Tech men's basketball destroying the Bryant Bulldogs
cares?
Or something that they are, I think. Yeah, I don't know. It's silly season in college basketball right now.
Silly season.
Hoots on the. I was going to try to get this man to the edge. He does get him around the hips and drags him down. About loses his pants with it.
and he gives him a hand up.
Yeah, after he pulls his pants up, that was kind of funny. Anyway, so we'll give him a solid 15 yards or so on the catch.
Yeah, number 12 there for Tiftarea, hanging on for dear life. Jackson Parrish.
That did make you wonder for a second if Hoots was going to be able to break that. He's having a good laugh with the corner there.
And he had outside leverage on him. If he could just get, turn
back in
the
the day,
corner.
Coach, everybody wore a belt, but I guess that's not a thing anymore. So Hoots goes in motion. By the way, I know we've kind of referenced this already, and again, we don't have the exact numbers, but if my numbers are correct, that catch probably puts Hoots definitely over 1,000 yards for the season.
That's a massive year.
And I don't know, his dad and I were talking before the game. I don't know who the last 1,000-yard receiver was at Westfield. My guess, it was during the 1992 season when Danny Perfect was quarterback and they threw the ball so much he may have had a 1,000-yard receiver. Perhaps if somebody's listening and can text me, we could find that out. The program may have that information in it,
But you went to Tech and you can't read.
Reading can be a challenge. And Johnson drops the ball but is able to get back on it. Going to end up being a no gain on the play after a penalty that I think I missed because I was talking.
And that's not what you want to see.
Yeah.
And that's not what you want to see. Brock Johnson
getting up a little slow.
A little gingerly.
He's going right to his play sheet.
Yeah, in a game where you're up 28-0.
With even bigger game next week.
Bigger things to play for.
He's hopping around trying to loosen it up. He seems okay.
A little ace set, Coach, but we go on off. So now it's not an ace, back to a single back with an H-back.
Probably wise just to hand it off after the little hobble from
Good
Johnson.
hard run there.
Another penalty, though.
Jeez.
Got to be third down. That was dropped in a weird spot. That may have been maybe a face mask or we'll see. Not really dropped in a spot that you would expect it to be holding, but game is kind of off to a slow start with the penalties. It is a face mask on a very slow, deliberate call by the official there. Is there a it was kind of the 5-yard, yep. Yeah, I never can remember if there's a 5-yard variety in high school or not, but apparently there is. So,
just the incidental face mask?
I guess so. So, going to be third down now, and we'll call it 5. Nope. Second down because
Flint River was losing or beating Edinburgh?
They're losing 14-0. Edinburgh's winning.
Oh, Robert Kennis and Andy Woodard. Andy Woodard's the head coach at Edinburgh, going for his 3rd championship in a row.
Burke's got to deal with Brentwood at some point, Coach, and I'm just not sure.
They playing single A, Coach.
Do they really?
Yeah. There's 4 classes.
Johnson
They play in the
takes a
region.
shot.
It's kind of weird. They're in the district with Brentwood, but then they're
Yeah, that's
smaller
probably why I
class.
thought that. That's probably why I thought that. But Johnson took a shot on that throw and threw it behind Hoots on the slant route. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 now. After the penalty, we replayed 2nd down. So I was given we talked about the first half how our trainer, Joe Allen, had tipped us off that he thought we might come out well and we might be up 28-0 by halftime, and he called it on the dot. Of course, I get a text from Joe at halftime randomly with just 2 words.
My bad.
My bad.
My bad. Well, and we need to finish the because we kind of ran out of time. Oh, man, that's a good ball.
And that ball is to Stone St. Clair, and he, depending on the spot, should easily had the first down.
It's a good route. He knew to get to the sticks.
A terrible spot by the official on the sideline.
Yeah, forward progress. I guess
he's still going to get the stick, but it cost him 2 yards.
So I want to wrap this up. So Win Hoots' first touchdown ever here at Westfield. The kind of the larger story of it is, we really didn't know Win that well for just being around him for a month that summer.
Right.
And but knew he obviously had some swag. Yeah. We go up top, over the top. I don't know who we were playing. And he immediately hits the gritty. Like he might right.
Oh, my
jinxed
goodness
him.
gracious. You jinxed him.
Freaking jinxed him.
Throws it right in the hand. Hit him in the worst spot possible. Oh, Wynn drops a sure touchdown pass on a good throw from Johnson. And that duo has connected for quite a few.
Yeah.
But you know what? It all equals out because there's been a few times, and Brock's an excellent quarterback, but there's been a few times that Wynn has snagged a few that maybe been a little off target. That one was not on target.
Well, I was hoping to see him not, have to restrain himself and not gritty maybe he'll get another chance.
Throw out in the flats. That's Matt Molina. He's a little ginger on that ankle, it looks like still, but he gets 5 yards, so that'll be 3rd and manageable.
Anyway, it was one of those penalties when he was in the 7th grade where you're kind of like, yeah, I don't mind that he does that because that shows he's got a little something about him. I mean, we had, on paper we had to kind of act like we didn't condone that, but you knew right then he had some moxie.
Coach E, and I know you coached more than one, but I'm thinking about one in particular of just, guys that were, as we see Johnson drop the pass on 3rd and 5, he's looking, now going to try to scramble a little bit, now going to tuck it up in there. We're going to probably get a hold call right there in the backfield. Tackled out of bounds and knocked down a couple of guys in the process. So we'll see what the penalty is. But I know you coached, I'm thinking of one guy in particular in middle school that was really special. But I can tell you, and I don't mean to just make this a Win Hoots parade, but he was probably one of the best middle school football players I've ever coached.
And you just go back to
Going to be 3rd and long now.
I think you see that chemistry, and I know we keep talking about Wynn, Stone,
And
Brock.
don't underestimate that. That's been working together for a long time.
I mean, you look at guys like Sammy,
Yep.
Thatcher, and then you add some pieces. And, you got the tight end of Molina. I mean, you just kind of knew that. They played with a lot of kind of, I guess the word is moxie. I mean, and that line, then you just add the character guys, the brains of the operation in Law and Maddox.
Oh, there's a snag by Hoots on a high ball and he breaks the tackle and finishes the runoff. We'll give him another. How many ever yards that is? He's well over 100 yards receiving at this point. So there's that chemistry and connection yet again. I'm going to give Wynn a hard time when I see him next time and tell him he makes some spectacular catches, but the one right in his hands, he dropped.
Coach, in the pass protection.
What a night for Hoots already. Yeah, pass pro was great.
I
You're
mean,
right.
you get Smith and Rigdon. I mean, sometimes I'll go home and, after we call these games, and I'm like, man, you need to talk about these linemen more.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. Coach, after this play, I want to ask you something, but I'm gonna let this one go out. Johnson drops
Law
the pass
Leonard, look
again.
at Law Leonard
I
working
think
his guy right there.
Don't take a sack right there, though, unfortunately. So do you remember, and I'm not going to call this gentleman's name. He's been in this league a long time. He's closely affiliated to one certain school. But you had a gentleman ask you on the field after a middle school game about 3 years ago, when are we going to start to see all this middle school success manifest into the varsity level? Do you remember that person asking you that question? It was somebody from a different school.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll tell you this. It was somebody from FPD.
Yeah, it was King Kemper.
Well, I wasn't going to call his name, but
I'll call his name out because he's retired now. There's a big article in the making paper about him not doing the PA next year.
Oh, a little jump pass, Molina.
Oh. And now Brock Johnson's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, that was an interesting looking deal. It wasn't a called jump pass. I'm not sure. I think Brock tried to run, and then at the last second decided to throw it. But anyway, he asked you on the field, when was that going to manifest? Well, listen, it's manifesting. It's showing now. And, in fact, that to me, the exclamation point answer to him is, hey, we beat FPD this year.
And listen, and FPD's in the mix in
for sure
in Quad A. Now they've been really banged up. I don't know if FPD doesn't get no shade on Cash Walker. He's a freshman quarterback starting for them.
I remember him well. Yeah.
Because Major Simmons, who's had a great career, had a real bad concussion. I think. I love this set.
Johnson going to throw again. Going to Hoots, makes a sliding catch at about the 5.
Look at that.
Again.
And the mannerisms Win has, you can read Win's mind.
He's still thinking about the one he dropped.
He's like, I can catch that, but I dropped
He's still thinking about the one he dropped. You're right.
Coach, we got a Mandy Langston sighting behind you. Behind you.
I saw Mandy
right
earlier,
behind you.
Actually. Just stalking up behind me, Mandy?
Creeping. Got to creep.
So Mandy working with our production staff here with Mid-Georgia Sports. And we get a timeout call by Westfield.
And Coach Campbell kind of hot because I don't know if something was askew to personnel, but, that's why they're executing because he's –
The man's
you don't coach to the scoreboard.
That's right. It's a standard, right? I've heard you say that before.
I think I don't know. It's like in a middle school game or even a varsity game when your threes are in and you're coaching them hard in their technique and a wing official will be like, Coach, y'all are up 49-0. Why are you coaching hard? Well, I think the third and fourth string, don't they need coaching as hard as the first and second string? Coach, I'm getting the silence from Coach Fowler.
George Walton on top of Bullock, 20-10 in the third. And an upset that I called. Frederica Valwood, 14-all in the third. That's a AAA score we'd be watching carefully on the other side of the bracket. Johnson on the sweep, going to cut it up. Does he get in? I think he's going to be just short.
Look at those linemen pushing the pile. The rugby scrum broke out.
Touchdown, Hornets.
This is kind of a, I don't know how the Deerfield Pinewood's going to pan out. But if you're Deerfield and you see this score and you're kind of banged up, you're like,
Yeah, Tiftarea played us close. And I'll tell you, a lot to be said for a team hitting their stride at the right time. Ask Ohio State about getting hot at the right time last year after losing to Michigan.
So, Coach, you never responded. So I'm going to chalk it up to you looking at your phone.
Sorry, I was checking scores.
This generation always on their phone.
Well, my wife was texting me.
Well, yeah, you better respond to that. But I was saying that, if from a parental perspective, I think there's this kind of notion like, the score gets to a certain amount and people stop coaching hard.
Yeah.
But when guys that you coach in their position group go in there in a lopsided game, that's their few chances to correct. They're going to make some mistakes, and they need to be coached hard too. And I don't know.
The best teacher in life is experience, and you don't want to take that for granted. But like exactly what you're saying, when you get a kid that's maybe he's a sophomore, or a freshman, or maybe even a junior, but you're going to need them for sure to be maybe a starter or a first-line sub the next year. you've got to coach that experience, right? You got to coach them through that.
In that real time, like it's going to be when it really matters.
So that when they get into a game the following season, or God forbid you have an injury or two, and suddenly they're stuck being a guy that's on the field in the fourth quarter in a state playoff game, they need to be prepared to understand, hey, this is me getting coached. This is what happened. This is an adjustment. This is how I received that adjustment.
And it doesn't change based on the scoreboard.
That's right. Now, what I'd like to see is, my assistant coach do that from on the sideline and not on the field.
I know that dang Ricky Black. That joker's out on the field too much.
Liam Sexton runs the returner down.
Yeah, look at Landon Gillis getting down the field.
That was such a tricky kick to receive. It takes a funny hop, and you don't know if you should let it go in the end zone or pick it up because you might stop it. So
did John David Lane grow like a foot since we coached him last year?
He has. I'm anxious to see how that plays out in basketball, which, by the way, right around the corner, not as soon as it's going to be for Tiftarea for the boys, but that's another topic, but too soon. But anyway, the varsity girls are already practicing hard. The middle school boys have actually played a game already.
2 games.
The girls will play next week, or I think a week after that maybe. But nonetheless, practicing hard. So the varsity boys minus the football players.
Sammy McGee is
almost caught the ball and the receiver, if that's ever something that's been done before.
Coach, you looked at these onions and jalapenos I went with on the burger.
Still smell them. It's unbelievable. Like, can you throw that away?
I'm not finished yet.
Well, yeah. Maybe you'll leave it out a little longer. That burger will go ahead and cook.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, listen, Coach Farmer came back from the concession at halftime. He's like a child. He comes back with a burger that's got so many onions and peppers on it, we're about to have to clear the press box.
Hey, I'm not the one who left the production early one night.
Well, that was a favor to you, trust me. And the Hornets just swallow that up on the interior run. Like to see it. The Hornets,
Caleb Andrews getting off the ground. Sammy.
You like to see it, Coach. That you got, football's changed. We've talked about that a lot over the course of this year and previous years. The passing game is getting more and more.
We say common, the passing game is more, but now people are going. Well, I should shut up.
Yeah, you're just making my point. You could have finished, but at the end of the day, you have to run the ball and be able to stop the run.
And people are running it now out of pass sets.
That's right.
Just you get the extra hat with a Q run.
So you like to see what these Hornets have been able to do, especially after they've been challenged all week, because the coaches felt like, Tiftarea kind of out-physicaled us down in Chula a few weeks ago. Well, I'll say more than a few weeks ago now. It's been more like 7 weeks ago. But to say that tonight would be a fallacy. I think the Hornets have absolutely been the more physical football team.
You know how we auctioned off be a coach for a day or whatever, call some plays?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
What if you auctioned off hanging out with Miller and Sutton?
On the sideline?
Can you imagine just being a fly on the wall with those two cats? Like right now, just check it. What do you think Miller's telling Brock?
Well, they're listening to Banks. And there's no telling what Banks and Coach are down there talking about. And Sutton's thinking, hey, man, I'm going to be in the stand in the morning because, it's getting cold this weekend.
And they moving.
Those deer are going to be walking. It's almost time for the rut. And Miller's like, yeah, man, me too. But I know Miller's probably feeling the heat because his little sister smoked a big deer this week. Yeah, she sure did. So 3rd down and 9 now, deep in their own territory. The Panthers going to switch the side of the back, probably for pass purposes, and I think they moved. They did. So they're going to back up and now be 3rd. And, Coach, is that a half the distance penalty? Probably is, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm really worried about the toppings on this burger.
Yeah. I'm worried about your condition of your bowels later tonight.
Well,
can I say that on air? Is the FCC monitor this broadcast?
Did you just say FCC? I just was about to break off some Biggie Smalls lyrics.
No, nope. So from his own end zone, little half sprint right, going to throw back to his left.
We got two guys there. Hoots and Skinny, man.
Hoots and Skinner, some good height there to knock the ball away.
Skinner's kind of stoic, too.
Oh, yeah, Coach Unsettled. I talked to him a little bit yesterday. He had a young man shadowing him around the other day, a little visitor to our school, and just walking around. And I thought, man, I bet there was a lot of great conversation there. Skinner is, man, a few words, but as you can see, his actions speak quite loudly.
Yeah, this guy's a freshman. You remember the one-handed catch he made
unbelievable.
last
Kind of
year?
behind him, jumps up. That was on a little reverse pass like we saw the Hornets run earlier.
Well, you have been known to be the master of trickeration.
The master of trickeration. That's how I got married.
You deceitful.
I had to trick her because there's no way she's going to see the real thing and be like, I got to have that guy.
Look at Sheldon betting
out of bounds
good
there.
block, good return. Man, Hoots' versatility in the return game.
So you just feel like, as you see the Panthers come on the field defensively, you got to think they obviously see the end here. You got to still have 5 minutes left in the third quarter, but maybe one more on the board for the Hornets, and we can see some of the younger crew.
Coach, we're fixing to see Landon Gillis.
Gillis at halfback.
2.5 quota. Coach, he long from knee to foot, as you can see.
Got deceptive speed now. Don't let him get a seam. See if he gets the ball in this play here. They are going to go. No, he's going to pull it and throw it in the flats. Got St. Clair trying to make a move. Can't get away, but it does get back to the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you saw a little, the Pinewood game this year, even though it was called back. Coach Gillis had a long touchdown run where he showed a little burst. I know you say deceptive speed. I will tell you this. In the middle school track championship, so he was like 2nd or 3rd, and that's like 8 schools, and very talented and deep. I want to say he was maybe 3rd in a 100-meter dash.
Well, and maybe deceptive only applies to my perception of his speed, because I thought of him more of as kind of a thumper, but.
Well, he's built like a thumper, but he got a little giddy up.
And there's a carry from Gillis, makes a quick step, and won't go down easy. I love the fight there. Going to be 3rd.
I think that cat's going to have a good career here.
Going to be 3rd now, and we'll give him a couple on the play, so 3rd and maybe 8.
Coach, I'm getting some music from somewhere.
Yeah, I've been hearing it all night. I don't know if it's coming from the student section or
the student section is. And
I feel like the announcer from Rudy just then. I'm hearing a chant. Couldn't quite make it out from the students.
I don't follow anything Notre Dame.
Well, Rudy was offsides when he sacked the Tech quarterback. We all know that. Johnson's going to pass it out again. It tries to hit Gillis in the flat, but a little hot for the freshman. So we'll see if we kick a long field goal or go for it here deep in Panther territory. Looks like Coach Campbell's going to his play sheet.
Yeah, there's music. I'm getting Hall & Oates loud and clear.
Well, can't be upset about Hall & Oates, Coach. It's always time for Hall & Oates.
I don't know. I think my hair texture was kind of like one of the guys in that band.
I agree.
I don't know which one, the black-headed one. Which one is he? Is he Hall or Oates? That's Oates.
That'd be John Oates, I think his name is.
Oh, like my man Vince Vaughn in Wedding Crashers. There's a little maple syrup in it.
Just such a good movie. So 3:50 left in the third. Hornets comfortably in front, 35-0, but are facing a 4th down deep in Panther territory.
It's, you wonder, is this, I don't know. Sometimes I always felt, we were playing Valwood one year in Monticello, and to get a long field goal experience, kind of same situation, we said, let's run the field goal team out there. I don't know if you do that here, but.
Yeah, but I get your point. You want to run the drill, right? Get the
operation.
And the operation, that's the word I'm looking for.
And then, from here it would be 39-yarder.
Yeah, somewhere in that range. He's got the leg for that, I think.
For sure.
But instead, the Hornets are going for it, which makes sense also. 4th and 8 can definitely put the game out of reach here with a score. But
we may wheel that joker up the sideline.
Johnson slides up in the pocket, now decides to run, then throws it late, trying to get.
Yeah, just threw it behind Ben.
Trying to get Holbert, but did throw it behind him a little bit, so that's going to be a turnover on downs.
I thought Gillis might keep going and wheel up the sideline. I don't know what the route combination was.
So you know Coach Campbell is going through his head exactly what you were talking about a minute ago, Coach. He's thinking, that's not – we get the ball right there and plus territory. We got to find a way to get that in the end zone. That, again, the team probably is not as sharp and focused as you would be in a tight ball game. But you got to score there.
Yeah, and to do what they want to do, they've got to kind of get over that hump of that lack of focus. Let's play a complete game, play our best game of the year, and then next week play an even better game.
Yep. Quarterback going to throw the little tunnel again, but he throws it behind his man.
Staines.
Cameron Staines flies up from his
Sammy
corner
McGee
spot.
flowing flat. Coach, look.
Coach, it's early. It's early
I
in the
know.
night.
You know where I'm going. You know what I was about to say.
I know it's early, but I'm with you, but I think it's a offense defense award tonight.
I wish we do that every week. That make me the ever politician.
So to
not have to make some people mad because
I kind of misquote one of your favorite quotes. You know the rule. Everybody knows the rule.
One bite. Everybody knows the rule.
No. Everybody knows the rule. There is no rule.
No,
we're just going to make it up as we go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Offense, defense.
Brett may say different, but I'm looking at offense, defense tonight. And I think early on, I've got my two guys, but we'll see. I've even got a couple of honorable mentions, Coach.
Yeah, we just look.
Listen, we're going to have to get a couple of these linemen, both sides, a little honorable mention, a little love tonight. You mentioned that earlier. You're right. We've mentioned the D-line a few times, but right now, in fact, you got Luke Wicker out there. Sammy's been making plays all night. Brooks Bentley and Caleb Andrews. Those guys have been up there, and I shouldn't leave out.
Carter Black, Doster.
Yeah, I don't need to leave out Banks Reddick's been in there a lot too, so he's not in there at the moment. But tackle there made by Brooks Bentley.
Yeah.
This I just noticed, you mentioned this earlier, this is the set they've got Sammy slid down inside some.
Sammy Iami.
And they're going to bring in Banks, which means they'll probably bump Sammy back out the defensive end. So it's just kind of interesting how they do this. And you got a player like Sammy with his ability, you can be versatile. Got great feet for a guy that's got
Sammy's
good size.
athletic. I mean, doesn't he play basketball?
He does. He's a good basketball
Hooper?
player. Yep, good basketball player.
He tries to look like Luka Doncic always in his outfits. I
think him and Luke are on the same biscuit eating plan.
I respect that.
A little shift to the strength there. They try to run right at Banks Ready. They find the seam.
Yeah,
but the DBs flying up. I love to see the DBs flying up and make tackles, Coach, within about 8 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Listen, DBs need love too. I mean, it was people like you that called us skilled people sissies.
I don't remember saying that.
Well, I'm just saying,
Coach, if you're gonna put words in my mouth, make them things that compliment my wife. I mean, that's because I need the credit.
Yeah,
I need the credit.
Yeah. All you lineman type hated us.
What are you talking? Oh, you're talking about in generalities. I see what you're saying. Okay, that's my fault. My fault.
Hated our swag. Hated our gold chains. Just our '80s feel. I mean, in honor of some Bon Jovi we went earlier.
It's the same route.
He threw that ball well.
He did. Is that the same route he hit
Where's
for
that been?
In the middle of 5 Hornets too? By the way,
number 2. Let's call his name out.
What we got? We got
Dose.
Case Jones Jr. Case Jones.
I'm gonna have to block you out, Mandy. I have to box you out. I can't see down here as we go north. This Tiftarea goes north. Is that north? Yeah, north. Sorry.
Yep, that's the direction.
I teach geography.
Little power play. Find some room.
Ooh, Liam Sexton come up and trying to drop the people's elbow.
Yeah, he probably needs to
break
wrap up.
down a little bit.
He needs to wrap up a little bit there. Of course, Jack Doster in on the play.
Shocker.
Again. Coach, for a kid that's about 145 pounds, 150 pounds, he plays like he's about 225.
Jack's a bad man.
So that'll wrap up the third quarter as the final 5 seconds tick off the clock. Westfield, I would say comfortably in the lead, 35-0. But Tiftarea's got their first real drive of the night going. As we wrap up the third quarter, you're watching playoff football here at the Hornets Nest on Mid-Georgia Sports.
About a merger. This is about the first tangible step for us to take together to build a regional hub of healthcare for Central Georgia. The confluence of research, Technology, innovation, and excellent community care is how we'll make an impact together. As we unveil our sign, it's a symbol of the chapter we're now taking together to reshape healthcare for this community.
Welcome back to the Hornets Nest, where we've got great Hornet football action going on, and the press box smells like onions, thanks to Coach Farmer and his onion and pepper covered hamburger. So I've sent out an all call for some Tums to the press box.
Don't forget the coleslaw. I had coleslaw on it, too.
There was coleslaw, and also one random French fry. I'm not sure how that happened, but. So we've seen this set before. He's going to make a quick pass. Little sucker play, but we ate that up. We're going to be all over that.
Man, what a ball, though.
Did he catch it? Almost did. Almost fit in there.
That guy's spinning it.
He is. Just a one-man route. We had a double cover. He really had no choice.
Yeah, not really double move, like sucker play, which, Pacelli got win on that last week.
They did, but.
Or 2 weeks ago.
Hornets were ready for that one and able to knock it away. So now 3rd down and 7. Surely in 4-down territory for the Panthers.
Wynn's kind of holding his, he's all right, kind of holding his wrist or something, or maybe, no.
He may be mad he didn't pick that ball off, knowing Wynn.
Benjamin, AP Euro guy, Coach. He's a Renaissance man.
A little Renaissance man. Quarterback bounding forward again on the snap.
First time they've showed kind of that.
They're going to – Hornets will make the play. Obviously, that's a telltale sign they're going to be going for it here on 4th down with a run on 3rd and 7. So it'll be 4th and about 3, maybe 4. Brooks Bentley on the tackle there for the Hornets. Brooks had a good night also.
Yeah.
Tell you what, both are really 3 DNs for us. Brooks and, of course, Sammy we've called several times. And don't forget Luke Wicker on the forced fumble.
Yeah, Luke Wicker had the play of the first half in terms of kind of changing Uncle Mo.
There's the reverse, double reverse. Now he's going to throw it back to the original, maybe the quarterback who breaks the tackle and is going to score, I think.
Yeah, we kind of.
He does.
And that kind of speaks to, hey, let's finish this thing. Don't.
It does, and at the same time, though, it speaks to the fact that Coach Soliday is like, well, we can't
right.
just line up and move the ball. Right. So we're going to dial up every trick play we've got.
We let up there on pursuing it. I think we thought the runner was fixing to, after the catch, I think we kind of thought he was going to get tackled.
Yeah, that's right.
And kind of didn't play to the
through it. Coach Lee Campbell would have taken a lot of pride in that shutout, so he's going to be upset about that one. But nonetheless, still a comfortable lead for the Hornets. Looks like the Panthers are going to line up and go for 2 here.
And I guess I'll assume they will onside, Coach.
Surely
maybe
not.
They don't.
Surely not.
I don't know.
They will? That's another.
Boy, there.
He's short of the line of the game. Jack Dosser on play. Coach, it kind of brings to question here. At any point during your season, the last time you were the head coach, how many trick plays did you have? When I say trick plays, anything that's like a reverse or reverse pass or double pass or anything like that?
We always had the reverse in and a reverse pass and then the
pass kind of thing.
Sweep pass.
Yeah,
because we ran the eye.
Ran out of the eye.
But we actually.
But the reverse and the sweep pass to you probably are not trick plays. Those are probably just part and staples of your offense. So.
Well, no. Those are trick plays. Heck, a pass was a trick play, Coach. I mean, back in the day, a pass was a trick play. Sorry.
Well,
I went coach lingo there.
I'm just curious because the Panthers have run what I would consider to be about 8 different kinds of tricks.
Well, now listen, trick play was good to me.
All right, sorry for the pause, but we're getting a score update. So Frederica has taken the lead over Valwood, 21-14, fourth quarter.
So, Coach, it was 14-14 in Monticello in 2010 for the state championship versus Edmund Burke.
Heard this story once or 40 times.
Oh, thanks. Well, you're talking about trick plays, and we went toss, sweep, reverse. Tailback, reverse to the X, and then went to the house 50 yards to the house, never looked back. And so it can change a game.
There it is, an onside kick.
I don't know about using trick plays when you're down 35-0, Coach. That's kind of.
Is that Brooks Bentley on the recovery?
And I'll tell you why I don't like on trick plays when you're down 35-0, because people watch film from the,
Yep.
I just take. I'm down this much. I kind of don't.
Well, they have no more games if they lose. So I'm not.
Yeah, but I'm saying even in the future.
Yeah, but
I get it. You want to score. You want your kids to have some
earlier in the
success.
season. Yeah, I see your point. I mean, you don't want to show them. George Walton, 27-17 over Bullock.
I don't think people. We talked about this. We're giving George Walton enough credit. I mean, they were undefeated.
Yeah.
I know that region's not great.
But I take that was kind of my argument. Of course, it's a moot point now, but that was even with Tech and their schedule. You beat the teams on your schedule. I mean, what do you want?
Right,
what do you want from them?
Well, I mean, all but one.
There's
for
Gillis.
Tech, yeah.
There's
Ooh,
Gillis.
ooh,
There's Gillis.
ooh.
Coach, I told you he was a thumper.
Well, he's well versed in the physical aspects and the speed aspects. He's got a little cramp.
No way, he's got a cramp.
Coach, he's going a
I
little Jimmy leg here.
I see the cramp walk. Oh, Court Pearson and the quarterback, by the way. We missed that.
5. Court. Oh, high hips Court. He's gotten taller.
Is that a cramp or is he?
Please. He's getting some community service hours with this.
It's kind of funny. I love Landon, but it's kind of funny that it's a cooler night, and this is about his 5th play. He caught a cramp. That's a lot of warm-up. So down to about 10 seconds on the play clock, there's a little confusion, but it looks like Court's got him straight now. Court Pearson, the quarterback, takes a snap. Going to hand it to Gillis again, bouncing around, weaving his way.
I'm telling you that.
Finishing the run for a first down.
Coach, you see that little – I don't want to say that was a jump cut. It was just kind of patient and seeing good vision.
I love the way he finished that run, Coach.
Yeah, that dude.
I would expect to see maybe some short passing game, but mostly a lot of handoff run here. The team just gradually walks this way. Carter Black in the game, Matt Molina at tight end. Still got your receiver in, Hoots and Stone St. Clair. O-line's still the same as far as the starting group. Court watching the play clock. He's looking around behind him at the scoreboard, but there's one in front of him. I don't know if he was aware of that. He's waiting for it to get down inside 10. Snaps it again to Gillis. He's got a little more running room, dragging a man. Give him about 4 or 5, maybe 4.
And this is that mode. Your coach Campbell, you're like, run, clock,
Yeah,
just
no
run.
doubt. No doubt. And Coach Soliday probably is feeling the same way at this point. So we mentioned it earlier, but Coach, I've really been impressed with the look of the field. I mean, God, I know you love to see that grass turn brown, but I'm talking about the paint, the Hornets Nest written across right above the numbers.
And it's not filled in; it's just using the field color.
Gosh, it looks good.
Yeah, it's Coach Ledford is just that's a nice touch, and I know he's proud of that. This is the way a football field should look. It'd be fine if it looked like brown like this the whole year. Green grass is overrated.
That time, nothing much doing there for Gillis.
You know what the problem with green grass is, Coach? You got to cut it.
True story. And as you know, I mean, I don't want to get you started, but when you overseed that rye and it comes in, Coach, a little bit of dew and that stuff gets slick.
A little slippy slip. Bad memories.
Looks like Campbell's going to let it tick down. Coach Campbell's going to let it tick down and may call timeout, or maybe he's going to call a play. Let's see. It's 3rd down and 6. He's going to call a play. I know he's telling Court Pearson, let's let it get down to 10 seconds at least before you call for the snap. I would expect another run here from Gillis. He's going to let it tick down inside 10. Now it is. Pearson calls for the snap. Again, they give to Gillis. A little cut back, and he's going to pick up another 1st down and still dragging bodies. Coach, he runs the ball hard.
Yeah, Coach, he got a little high step. You see him kind of got a little high knee there to kind of get an extra gear.
Yep.
Yeah, dude's explosive.
Running against a tired defense and looking good.
Coach old Maddox Davies has blocked well tonight. You know, just kind of.
Yep, Smith and Rignan at right guard, and of course you got Law at center. Law Leonard playing his final home game here at the Nest. And
We sure. What was the Pinewood Deerfield score?
I haven't heard the final.
Out of hand.
Yeah, I don't know if we can get that from the truck, a Deerfield score update, but got Banks Reddick at left guard and Smithson. Well, maybe I might have misspoke. Smithson at right guard, Banks at left guard, Sammy at left tackle. So 14-3 Deerfield in the fourth. So Pinewood, I kind of predicted they would hang around. I didn't think that would be how they did it. I thought they would score. That time he meets.
Yeah, look at that though. Look at that run.
Man, I tell you what.
I'm telling you, man. Did you just go? You say Pinewood hanging around? Did you go? I can't do the. You ever seen the movie Rounders?
Oh, I definitely have. But I'm listening to some chatter from the truck, and it sounds like they were playing in a heavy rainstorm down there. So that may have been part of the reason for the low-scoring game. We know Deerfield has got a very talented quarterback and team. So
kind of banged up.
Might be a little banged up, and of course the Hornets. Not only from the loss earlier this season where look, they beat us fair and square, and certainly the final score indicated it might have been not that close, but twice we turned the ball over going in the end zone. So the Hornets, look at that spin there from Court Pearson to Stone St. Clair for the touchdown. Coach, that was a quick trigger.
Great throw.
And the release, watch this.
Little three quarters. Ugh.
Man, I hadn't seen that out of Court Pearson much, and that's by the way, Court Pearson, another great middle school quarterback for us.
Yeah, I don't. What are we doing in the middle school? We have all these quarterbacks that played outside linebacker too. Stupid defensive coordinator you hired.
Oh, what an idiot! Good.
Never know what he's doing up there. Hey, Ma,
the meatloaf. Sorry, Wedding Crashers again.
Yeah. Again, if you cut our pay, I don't know how you, Brett. We demand a raise. We want 100% of what we make now.
Double my salary, sir.
I mean, Chaz, you're a real pioneer and everything, but I'm not ready. Yeah, Court has the perfect mannerisms of, a guy that's kind of just putting in his time, playing that backup role. I thought, I go back to when he played. It's funny, he's, made that play tonight, and he played against Tiftarea in a much closer game the first time we played him, and you could tell he's very proficient. Just kind of that game, was spinning out of control in other ways, not just with the offense, but just other things. But, Coach, that ain't the game. Jack Creeder's coming on the field.
Jack Creeder's in the field for Jack Dalster. Yeah. We got a Jack for Jack trade.
Yeah. You don't know Jack.
So Johnson trying to make sure his legs are loose after been sitting on the sidelines for a few minutes to come out to kick. Let's see if he can drive one to the end zone again. Stutter step, kick. Didn't get all that one, Coach. A little high spinner. Dropping about the 15-yard line. Ooh. Sexton just got it.
Yeah, and that's kind of – and then the guy stands over him. You stand over him, then you pick it. All right, here. All right, I guess I thought I was going to get away from it this week.
Oh, no, here we go.
I know he picked him up.
Brace yourselves.
Are you Winston Churchill? Let us therefore brace ourselves.
Well.
I did. It looked like he stood over him, and I know he picked him up. But if that's a flag, if what Win Hoots did when he handed the kid the ball, remember that on the pick?
Right. Yep.
And got flagged, then that's a flag. But at least he picked him up. But kind of.
Why have we got a timeout?
He probably want to get people off.
I'm thinking that's what he's doing.
Yeah, because 14. Who's 14? Is that Gray McConnell?
Might be.
Yep.
guess he wanted to give his defense.
Yeah, you want to get those
round of
seniors time to
applause.
come off, on their last game on their home field. Got the Count of Monte Briscoe coming in, Harper Fountain. The only onside specialist / defensive tackle in the state.
Oh,
Jake Sloan.
My guy, Jake Sloan, 64.
I think we got a Lawson guy sighting.
Oh, yes, sir, Lawson guy.
Hey, this guy.
Hey, it's so funny because Coach Farmer and I don't really know these
Pat
numbers.
Lambert.
But we're looking at body types. And the walk, you can tell by the way they walk.
And then the best
James Moore.
And the best number on the field, the general, the double deuce, Patton Lambert.
By the way,
It's
Coach,
like
I
that
thought about
number.
you because the Braves named Walt Weiss their new
That's
manager.
my guy, double deuce.
Hey, he's changing his number. He's changing his number back to double deuce.
He's dang right. John David Lane. Look at James's stance. James will hit you.
We've got almost an entirely, with a couple of exceptions, big tackle by Skinner. There's a couple of sophomores out there, but there's a lot of freshmen on the
And
field.
Owen Cox got decleated on the end of that play, but
That's
popped
okay.
right back up.
Yes, sir. Of course he did because he's tough like that.
Yeah. Hey, whoever hit Owen needs to have his head on a swivel this next play because Owen may. He'll be all right.
So
And this is,
the student section fired up for these younger guys. And, of course, I can't help but be a little nostalgic thinking about, being in that position with my own children. And I know you do the same when they finally get on the field and get a little action as a freshman.
Right.
Little quarterback run, going to cut it back. John David Lane misses a tackle.
James Moore.
Cleaned up by James Moore. So we'll be a first down. Here comes Jack Creeders in. I think Jack's a backup linebacker. So he comes on, and it's like Owen Cott's coming off. Is Owen a linebacker wearing number 75?
No, Owen's a D lineman. Harper Fountain trying to get off the block. Jack Creeders.
Creeders in on the play there.
Who else was with Creeders?
I didn't catch the other number.
The other number is John David Lane.
Yep.
1-2, Mike check.
Yep. Coach, I think we're about to see a Carson sighting. There he is right there. Recognize that.
Carson Underwood.
I'd recognize those tight hamstrings anywhere.
Yeah, he kind of.
Carson hamstring. I don't know if we're Carson hamstring.
I hope we can get
Carson
some.
Underwood. I'm not sure we're going to get off. We do in time.
Gray hustling off. Good job, Gray.
They're throwing it at Underwood on the first play. He's there to make a play. He does break it up. Look at the bench go crazy for him.
Man.
Carson Underwood with a great pass break up. He's excited. Look at him, Coach. Love it. I got a bunch of these guys in my first period of study hall, and they love to give each other grief. And on the last play of the game, too. So that'll wrap it up. The Hornets victorious tonight. An overwhelming 42-6 victory over the Tiftarea Panthers, who had a great season. But their season will end here, and we'll travel what looks like to Albany next week to play Deerfield. Coach, players of the game, let's go offense, defense. I'll name my two, and you can change it or modify or add an extra, whatever you want to do.
All right.
I kind of want to go shared between Stone St. Clair and Wynn Hoots. Wynn had the yardage, but Stone had a lot of touchdowns, a couple touchdown catches. But defensively, I like Sammy McGee making a lot of plays.
I just don't think certainly Stone. For me, it's Stone, Wynn, and then Sammy's got to be a player
You'll
of the
see
game.
the replay of the last play
That's
here.
great play
Carson
by
breaking that
Underwood,
play
and credit to Gray McConnell getting off the field, hustling. So we don't have 12 on the field. But look, Coach, yes, Stone and Wynn, but linemen, love a lineman tonight. They don't get a lot of credit. Sammy McGee, Coach,
Yeah.
I don't know how many tackles that joker was in on, but it was a
Plays
lot.
both
A
ways.
lot.
Plays both ways. He probably had double-digit tackles.
So
And let's
I'm
not
good-
forget, Stone threw a touchdown pass also.
I'm good with, And a win like that, taking you to the semis, I'm good with 3 people.
Yeah,
For me,
Coach,
Stone, win, Sammy.
It's a team win, so it's a great win. We showed up in all 3 facets tonight, so really good effort by the Hornets. So next week, at least last we heard, unless some sort of miraculous comeback kind of happened in the last minutes, we'll be traveling down to Deerfield in Albany for state semifinal game. It looks like John Milledge will host the winner of Frederica Valwood, which was a close game down to the end, so we don't know who that's going to be yet. But in Albany next week, Mid-Georgia Sports Network will be there to cover the game. Coach Farmer and I will be there, Lord willing, to call it. Looking forward to seeing you there as the Hornets go down to Deerfield for a rematch of what a game was played here that was won the last second by Deerfield last year. So that'll be an exciting match next week. For Coach Farmer, I'm Ken Fowler, and all the staff in the truck. You've been watching Westfield Hornet Football on Mid-Georgia.